Welcome back to my sewing room. TeresaLouise here, and I'm so glad you could join me today. I decided to just go ahead and get started just a little bit early because it's really hot here today, and yeah, it's going to warm up fast upstairs. So, yeah, mm, just go ahead and get started while it's cool in here. So, let me see who we have. Hi, Lori. And we have Susan, and I'm sure we'll get some more people in the chat in just a minute. Um, we have Polly. Hi, Polly. I brought in my laptop, so I have my laptop up here. I was hoping that I could see the screen a little bit bigger, but now I can see I'm going to keep going back and forth like that. So let's see. We have Flicky Chicky. Hello. Oh, I saw you over at Ian's. Thank you so much for coming over. And we have Terry and Nancy and Jeanette and Teresa. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Um, it is hot here for me today, I have to say. It's 90. Last time I checked, it was 90 in the shade, okay? And for us up here in the mountains, that is hot. So, and I know from watching over on Ian's channel that a lot of you are like up in the hundreds, 116. Oh my God, that is too hot, too hot. Hello, Patty. How's it going? Hi, MJ. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Janice. Hello, Cindy. And Susan says it's 95. Ooh, yeah. You're a little hotter than me. Hello, Susan. Bowen, how's it going? Oh, yeah. San Francisco, 100 degrees. Yeah, you can keep that one. That's okay. No, thank you. Yeah, well, we're used to it being a little bit cooler up here in the Rocky Mountains, you know, and looks like we're going to be in for a heat spell for the next few days or 10 days. It's going to be at least in the 90s. One day said 96, so I'm not looking forward to that. So by 11 o'clock, we closed up everything. You know, we closed up all the windows, closed all the shades, and believe it or not, it was actually 65 downstairs and without air conditioning. So that was pretty good, really. So I turned on the ceiling fans, and that helps, you know. So it's nice downstairs. It's about 74 up here, which I can live with. So for now, but it's gonna warm up fast up here. As soon as that sunshine hits on this patio door, ugh, yeah, it gets too hot up here to sew for sure. Okay, let's see. Hello, Judy. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Roxanne. Susan said it's not warm. Susan Bowen says it's not warm here. It's as it should be. Yeah, you said it was like 16 degrees or something like that for summer. Yeah, that's crazy. Hi, Pat. How are you doing? Um, MJ says 95 in Texas feels like 105. I guess I should put the camera over here so I'm just kind of looking up. That might be better instead of doing this. Hi, Jane. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Liz. Hi, Jan. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I'm going to be working on today is had a few people in the chat the other day over in Donna's that wanted to see a little more detail about the vintage Kite FPP blocks, these here. And so I thought I would just go over that process one more time. Don't want to spend a whole bunch of time doing this today, but I thought I'd make at least one set of these and show you how to do it. The instructions on the back are pretty good. You know, I think if you follow them, you should do okay. Might be a little more helpful if they actually used like color fabric or something. I think that would have helped. But so let's just get to it. "21 degrees? Where are you at, Susan?" I thought you were like over either in the UK or Ireland, maybe. Hi, Jackie. Trying to find your mojo for the day? Yeah, I'm doing okay. My husband and I took a trip up into the mountains. I actually thought it would be cooler up there, and I wanted to check on the production of huckleberries. Because, you know, I'm a huckleberry hound. And they're still green. Some of them are starting to ripen up a little bit, but not enough to spend any time on, you know. So I think it's going to be at least another week, maybe 2, before I can do any serious huckleberrying. So, and it was pretty warm, even up there. We need a lake where we could go swimming. Hi, Lorraine. Yeah, okay, you are in the UK. It's the start of your summer. Yeah, it's the start of my summer too. But it should only be about 74 to 80, maybe. Okay, these are the papers that you get. These are by the Fat Quarter Shop, and they are foundation papers. So that means you use these as a foundation for your fabric, okay? They're by Lori Holt, but you can get them at the Fat Quarter Shop. So that's what this is. And if you remember, a few weeks ago, I said I was going to be kind of working on these throughout the year. There's no hurry because I'm just going to be using all of my scrap fabric. So every time I have a project and I'm finished up with it and I don't need those scraps anymore, I'm going to use what I can to make blocks. And then I'll just put them together, you know. I have one together, so let me show you. So here's one together, totally scrappy. Even the white or the lights are scrappy. And so it's just going to be, I guess, you know, scraps from all of my projects. So, you know, I can look at some of these and go, oh, that's the back to my quilt, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, this is in the Farmhouse Fancy, and so is this one and this one. And this is in the quilt that I sent to Lisa, and, you know, it's kind of cool. Oh, and speaking of Lisa, there she is. Hello. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing? Let me see. Hello, Patty C. How are you? Susan, you're out. Finished my New York Beauty quilt top. Spent yesterday sewing the tulip block quilt, and now back to hand quilting while I watch. Cool. Hello, Teresa McBriar. How are you doing? Oh, really? Huh, that's interesting. She said years ago when we went to California, it was in the 70s below, and on top it was in the 90s. I'll be darned. Oh, 21 Celsius. Okay, that makes more sense. 70. Okay, I got you. That makes more sense. Hi, Stir. How are you doing? Hello, Cindy. Thank you for clearing that up, Pat. Yeah, better luck next time with the huckleberries. They'll be there. Hello, Donna. Hi, Diane. Yeah, it'll be like a memory quilt. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, MJ. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Carol. Okay, I think I'm caught up here. Hey, Terry. So yeah, it'll be like a memory quilt. My memories, for sure. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do, and I don't know if everybody's here that wanted the more information, but if they're not, they can always watch the replay, right? And I already have quite a few done. They're all trimmed up and ready to be put together, but I'm just going to, keep making these. And it's actually kind of fun. Once you get the hang of it, it's really kind of like almost like a no-brainer type thing. You just sew along. So you take off one sheet, okay, take off a sheet, just set that aside, and then refer back to your instructions that I need a ruler. And the first thing you're going to do is you want to take these apart so that they're like this, okay? And so to do that, you're going to cut corner to corner at an angle, and that'll give you 4 of these papers. And you're going to cut right on the line that says first line, first trim line. And it's like in periods, little dots. So, see the little dots? You're going to want to cut right on that line, corner to corner, both sides. Okay, so let me put this down and we'll cut one. Make sure you have a ruler that'll work. That one's too small. So I'll grab my other one here. I have several projects I want to go over today, so that's the other reason I went ahead and started early. So just make sure you're right on that line, corner to corner. Follow that. Then I just move one aside so I can cut one side. And stay on that corner. You can line it up like you do fabric. And that gives you 2. And the next one. So that's pretty easy, right? So that gives you 4 of those. So I'll set that aside. And then you're going to want to follow the directions about how to cut your fabric. Okay? And so as I go along, I just, when I finish a project, whatever fabric I have, I try to get what, at least what the requirements are, or something that is going to fit the centerpiece, and then two that are going to fit the outside, which are these two are different sizes than this one, requirement fabric wise. And let's see who else we have. Hello, Cindy West. How are you doing? Hi, Gladys. How are you? Freshly showered, so you're great. That's great, Lisa. Polly says, I love a scrappy block. That's going to be gorgeous. Thank you. I hope so. Hello, Donna H. How are you doing? Hello, Diane. Hi, Jewel. How are you doing? Hi, Dawn. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Brenda. Flicky Chicky has said, I'm working on a wandering path quilt, but slow and fussy. Sounds interesting, though. Hi, Louise. How are you doing? Just made 6 of the blocks today. They came out great. Awesome. Hello, Linda Denton. How are you doing? Hi, Donna. Hello, Donna Ying. Hi, Day. Hi, Shelly S. Okay, so the next thing is you decide, you know, you want to put your darker to medium fabrics on this piece, and then your light ones to medium, depending on what kind of fabric you're using here. Over here, now, if you don't want it scrappy, then just you'd have a print block, or you could even do solids if you want to here, and then white or whatever color you want. You know, it could be a light blue or whatever, right? Could even do black. But I'm doing, all of mine are very scrappy. I'll just show you a few of them. So, very scrappy all around. Okay, and I have a pile of fabric that's scrappy, and then I have a pile of my lights that are also scrappy. Okay, so in the directions, can you guys see well enough? Hello, Susan. Hello, Linda Dollar. Hi, Katie. How are you doing? Hope you're feeling better. I like a good nap too myself, Lisa. That's for sure. Hi, Mary. Hi, Shirley. Okay. Alrighty. So, in the directions, it says that your first one, okay, let me first tell you. Right now, this paper, I can see the lines on it. So the lines are facing up at me. On the other side, there's nothing. It's blank. Okay, so the blank side goes on the table, and this side is looking up at me. So here's my fabric, and in the directions it tells you that you're going to put that on number 1 position, and so the blank side goes to the opposite side of your fabric, okay? So let's pretend that the numbers and the lines and all that is the pretty side of your fabric, okay? And this is the pretty side of your fabric, okay? So basically you're putting wrong sides together. And you want to make sure that this piece totally covers placement number 1 and that you have at least a 1/4 of an inch all the way around it, okay? Now, this is how it shows it in the directions, but how I do it is I turn it at an angle like that, because that gives me more fabric here and less on the corners, because I don't need all that fabric down below. So that's how I do them. I put the fabric at an angle, okay? And then to hold the fabric in place, I'm just going to stick a pin through number 3. That way I can work on number 2. So 1 and 2. So number 1 was my first piece of fabric. Okay. Now before you do anything else, like before you get another piece of fabric, lay this down and you're going to, let me find my, oh there it is. You're going to find a flat, stiff, you could use cardboard, or this is a template that Donna made for me that I'm using. But you want to put it right along on that line between 1 and 2. And then you're going to fold that paper over. Okay? So then now you have the fabric hanging out. And then you're going to put your ruler on top of that. And then you're going to place it so that the ruler is hanging over the paper by 1/4 of an inch. And then you're going to cut the rest of that fabric off that's hanging outside of that 1/4 of an inch, okay? So there's that. Now this is what you should have on the back side. Okay? All right. So it's still laying down. The numbers are up. I'm going to pick a background light color. I'm going to flip this over. Okay? And now I'm going to take my background fabric and I'm going to put pretty sides together. Okay? Right sides together. I'm going to lay it on top of this one. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. That's how I'm going to do it. And you want it to be hanging over at least 1/4 of an inch. I think a 1/2 inch is really good for the hangover, you know, or a hangover. Then you turn your sewing machine on. And now I'm going to flip it back over. And if you can't get it to stay put, you could put a pin in there like this to hold it in place. Okay? Because you're going to flip it back over so that you can see the numbers and the lines, and you're going to sew from here to here on that line. Okay? So let me bring it up. So you're going to start right there at that dot, and then you sew along the line to the next dot. That's how they want you to do it in the instructions. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and sew that. And make sure you have your machine down, you know. You want the stitches to be really tiny, but not so tiny that you would have really difficult time picking it out if you had to. Hi, Melody. How are you doing? Oh, index card. That's a great idea, Louise. Okay, now that you have that, now you can take out your other pin. Go ahead and flip it back over because you're going to finger press your background fabric, and then you can go ahead and iron right now if you want to, but I'm just going to use the ruler. That seems to work pretty good. Some people use that acorn starch pen, and I haven't even tried it, so I'm just going to go with this. Okay, so now I can't really see the computer very well. I'm doing okay. Well, okay, Linda says, how do you know for sure that the piece of fabric is angled right? Mine always is off some and I have to tear it out. Okay, let me show you that. Let me move this. If you followed the instructions and cut your fabrics how they suggested, 3.5 by 4.5, and that's the background fabrics, you shouldn't have any problem. But let me show you a little trick. So here's before I do that, you gotta cut this piece away from number 3. So now that I have this, so let me finish that, okay? Now the numbers are back up, and now I'm going to place this on the line between 1 and 3. So I'm going to place it right here on this line between 1 and 3, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing I did with 1 and 2. Fold that over. Then I'm going to use my ruler and put my 1/4 inch line along the paper so that it's hanging over onto my fabric by 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to cut that excess fabric away. And now it should look like this. Okay? Now I'll go ahead and do... Alright, let me see if I can get you just a little bit closer and put this down just a little bit more. Alright, so now my next piece of fabric is going to be this. It's going to go on here like this. And you're going to line it up. You're going to line it up with the fabric that you just cut. Okay? So line that up. Just like if you were going to sew a regular seam. Now make sure that this fabric that you're putting down is hanging over this side of the paper by at least 1/4 inch. And if you're having a lot of problem, then I would try to do it at least 1/2 inch. Now, what I do if I'm not sure is, I've got to turn this towards me, okay, a little bit. What I do if I'm not sure, okay, I hold my fingers on top here, but you could also put pins right in through here. And then I lift that piece of fabric up and I fold it over 1/4 inch and lay it down like that, and my paper is totally covered. Okay, So if it wasn't and I needed to adjust it, I could leave that folded, that 1/4 inch that I folded, and I could slide it around on there until I got it to where, to the spot I wanted it. Then I just bring it back and then just make sure I'm still lined up. And that's how I did the tiger too. When I was working on the FPP on the tiger, that's exactly how I did all my pieces. But like I said, these are all the same. And if you cut the fabric how they want you to, then you shouldn't have any problems. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you were able to see that, Linda. If your screen is blurry, try changing the settings on your video feed. Because I noticed mine and my screen is pretty blurry, but I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so now you could, hold that down, bring it over, and if you need to pin that, go ahead and put a pin in it. I like to pin on the front, where I'm sewing, but I have pinned on the back side. And then when I first started doing this, I would pin on the back side, because I consider this the back side, even though, it's going to eventually be the front. I would pin over on this, then I'd flip it over, and then I would pin here, and then I would take the pins on the back side out. So it was a lot of pinning. I don't have to do that so much now because I'm getting used to doing it paper piecing, but all right, so now I'm going to go ahead and sew from the dot to dot that's on the paper. Okay. And I'm going to take my pin out there. Okay, so now, there we go. I can fold my fabric over, press it, and there we go. Now all we got to do is trim this up, square it up. Hi Janine, how are you doing? Hi Lisa, the add a 1/4 plus ruler would be so handy too, right? Oh yeah, definitely. I don't have one of those, so I'm just using a regular ruler, but the add a 1/4 actually has like a lip, so when you put it down, you can just slide it along and the lip will catch on the paper and hold it there in place for you at a 1/4 inch, right? So, but I feel like a regular ruler works just fine too. Hi JB, how's it going? Hi Shirley. Let's see if I have any other questions here real quick. Okay, are there any more questions about what I've already gone over? Yeah, I had pneumonia last year. Yeah, it does. It's no fun. Oh, you're welcome, Donna. You're very welcome. Okay, all good. Susan's feeling a little bit better. Oh, yes, I saw some of the pictures. I wish I could have been there. I used to go to classic car shows all the time. Okay, so to trim this up, you're going to trim it on the solid line now. Okay, you did the dotted line before. It's just the next line over from the dotted line, and it's a solid line. This one right there. So you're going to put your ruler down on that line right there. So you're only taking off about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so grab a ruler, grab your rotary cutter, line that up on there, and there we go. There's that side, and then you're going to do the other side. Same thing. The next line in from the edge, and right on that line. The next line in is a dash line, which indicates sewing. This is where you stitch. Okay, now you go ahead and take off these pieces. And for some reason, I never trim on the final trim line. I do my 1/4 of an inch again. I set my lines right on that line and do a 1/4 of an inch away from it, because I like to sew them all together first before I do the final cut line. You see here it says final cut line. I like to leave that, so I cut away from it a 1/4 of an inch, and then I sew all my units together. Once I get all my units together like this, you see all of these have a 1/4 of an inch away from that line. Now I can go ahead and square this up, and now I will cut on that final line, and my block will be 6.5 inch unfinished. Okay, so that's how that goes. Yes, I'm using foundation paper pieces from the Fat Quarter Shop called the Kite, Vintage Kite. And you get these at the Fat Quarter Shop. So that's how you do each unit, just like that. Hi Melina, how are you doing? I'm good. Hi Lois. Yeah, the pad comes in a couple of sizes, but the one I'm doing is it makes 6-inch blocks. So once you sew 4 units together, it will be 6.5 inch unfinished, and then when you sew all the blocks together, then they'll be 6 inch finished. Hi Shirley how are you doing? Oh, I see. Shirley was asking about the papers. Okay. Yep. Get them at the Fat Quarter Shop. I can try and put a link up for you if you would like. Hi, Mary H. Brandon's okay. He's hanging in there. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, thank you. Very sweet of you. So Susan put the link in the chat for the vintage kite block papers. Vintage kite papers. Okay, so let's go to the next step. So you've done all 4 of your units. If you're new to quilting, when you sew sections of blocks, they're called units. So each one of these is a unit. This is a block because all of the units have been sewn together. Okay. So I can pick out 3 more. And all your diamonds are going to be facing in. And try not, if you're doing totally scrappy, try not to be too picky, right? Okay, I like that one better. Okay, it's just like, leave the papers on there, don't take them off. Just like sewing a regular block together. So you have these 2 units and these 2 units. So you're going to sew these 2 together and these 2 together. I don't think this is... Oh, that's why I cut the wrong line on this one. So let me... Oh, I was wondering why it wasn't lining up there. Let me pick another piece. Okay. All right. Those line up. All right, so we'll go ahead and do this one. So you're going to fold this over. You're going to sew it like you do a normal block, right? But I use clips. I use clips. You can use pins if you'd like, or you use these clips. One of the 2. So you want to make sure they're lined up well. And this right here has got to line up with that one. So you're going to have to make sure those are lined up too. And I actually like to pin that. So I'm going to pin that section right there. Because when you're sewing, you know, shift happens. And then just make sure all that's staying lined up. Use a little clip. So now all the clips are on the side that I'm going to be sewing, right? Instead of starting down here at your point, I like to start up here where it's flat, you know, because sometimes your sewing machine will drag these points down into the feed dogs, and you don't want to do that. So just flip it over and sew it from the flat side. Hi Tiffany, how are you doing? And you sew right on the line that has the little stitches, the little stitch line. there's that one. I'm just going to open this up and make sure everything's lined up. Yeah, it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's all right. Close enough. Close enough for the win. Okay, so then the next one, we'll go ahead and put those together. Do it the same way. I'll just clip that. Hold that on there for me. And then I want to make sure that these other two are lining up correctly. I'll just take a stiff pin and pin that. Make sure everything's lined up. Sometimes you need 3 hands. And holding your mouth just right doesn't help either. How are you doing today, Kay? And to me, I feel like paper slides around, you know? So you have to just go slow. It's not a race. Yeah. Hi, Ian. How are you doing? Oh, no. Smoke. Okay. Messing up your sinuses. Yeah, I wouldn't think it would bother you all the way down there either. Okay, so there's that unit. There's still units. I wonder what it says in the directions about press. Oh, it wants you to press the seam open. Okay, so it says that it wants you to tear away the paper right now before you sew the next sections together. So what I do is I fold that paper down so I get a good crease in it, and just grab a hold of it, and you could use tweezers for this part. Do the same thing for the other side. Pushing that paper back. Tweezers do help, but if you have fingernails, that kind of helps too. Okay, so they want you to press the seam open here. So I'm just going to use my little roller. There's that one. Now I'll do the other side. Same thing. Indiana has smoke too. Ugh. Oh no, I wish we had some rain, Louise. She said her water, they've had so much rain, the gardens are waterlogged. I would like some more rain. There for a while, I didn't think it was going to quit raining. You have air quality alerts until tomorrow? Wow. All right, Lori. Lori is done in the garden. Break time. Did somebody ask me what the name of that raccoon pattern was that I showed the other day? Is that person here? Can't remember who it was. I have to go back and look because I haven't answered the question yet. That's what I thought, Lori. I have it here. I'll grab it here in just a second. Okay, so that's done. Now I can sew those two together. Okay, the raccoon, got it at a quilt shop, but it's called Who, What, Where. Let me take it out of the paper. Bring this. Yeah, it's called Who, What, Where. It has like a 3D effect. Tony Whitney design. That's what it looks like. Isn't it cute? I can't wait to... I really should get this one done. Okay. Check with your local quilt shop, but also www.tonywhitney.com. Let me type it in here. You'll have to write this down. You'll have to write that down. That's not a link. But it comes with, when I bought the kit, so it comes with, you know, all the fabric that you need. But if you don't buy the kit, it comes with a color swash thing, so you can kind of try to match them up. And it's actually all batiks. Oh, did you find it at Keepsakes Quilting? Cool. Yeah, batiks. Really pretty ones, too. Thank you, Kay. I would really like some donuts. That sounds good. My mom used to make donuts when I was a kid. That was so much fun. Comes with, you know, a layout. And then you trace that onto muslin, which I've already done. So now I just need to start attaching the pieces to the muslin. So, I hope that helps, Lori. Thank you, Susan. There are. I'll have to go look. Kay says there's some really cute animal patterns by that designer. Okay. So, one more step and we'll be done. Okay, now all you have to do is sew these two together. Line up the middle. Make sure those are lined up really well. And I'm going to go ahead and pin it. Lori said, thank you so much. I've been looking for a while. It is so cute. It is. I wonder, they must still be making them, huh? Okay, so you're going to make sure your backgrounds are lined up too along there. Oh, I bet that's cute, MJ. MJ has 3 raccoons uh, cross stitch. A cross stitch that's a UFO. She needs to get it back out. I bet that's cute. So many projects. And would make it a little easier if you glued down a little bit on these tips so everything stayed together and you wouldn't be messing around with it so much. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Okay, those are all together. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew them. Hello, Teresa B. How's it going? I'm neat and clean. Thank you. She said, your work is beautiful. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, take that pin out first. Just sewing it on the line. The line on the paper is the stitch line. Taking those pins out before I get to them. I'm being good. Trying to keep that needle sharp. And I just sew all the way off and all the way on. I don't start at the line there that they have. Okay. Looks pretty good. Looks okay, huh? So they want you to do the same thing and take those papers out that are attached to the seam. You can do that now or you can wait. Until you're ready to sew everything together. But you will get this to lay flatter if you take those papers out. So I don't necessarily have to do that right now, but I'll take one out. Alright. I'm just going to take the rest of my papers out altogether. So, alright. That's what we're doing so far, okay? So what I'm going to do is I am just going to keep on making the units, okay? For the rest of the year, I'm just going to keep buying these papers. If I run out, I'll get some more. And I'm just going to keep adding to this. And then when at the end of the year, I'll probably have enough for 2 quilts. Who knows, maybe even 3. And one reason why I'm not sewing them up in advance and making blocks, because I want it to be really scrappy. I'm going to have all kinds of different fabric in here, right? So all different colors, all different brands of fabric. It's going to be a mix match. So, you know, 3 months from now, I'll have different colors that I can attach to, right? That's my plan. But who knows? I could, you know, I change my plan all the time. Okay, this one is a mess up, so I can just toss that because I cut it wrong. Any questions about this? I doubt that you can. Duplication of any kind is prohibited. So there you go. I can't tell you that you can copy those papers. Yeah. All rights reserved. Duplication of any kind is prohibited. Yeah, I think it's going to be perfect for a scrappy quilt, for sure. Yep, I'm using specific lines that are on the papers. Yep. Oh, I bet, Susan. I bet when you did that New York Beauty, I bet you did used a lot of pins. MJ says, so many projects is right. Shirley, no, I do not have a code for the Fat Quarter Shop, but they did put the link in here for you just a few minutes ago. If you scroll up for the papers, it'll take you right over there to the Fat Quarter Shop where you can get these papers. But no, I'm not affiliated or anything like that. But thank you, though, for asking. I appreciate it. Okay. So, any questions before I put that away? Hi, Vicki. How are you doing? No, I haven't gone through it at all yet, Kay. Let me know if you can't find it, Shirley, and we'll post it again, the link. Okay, so let me put these up. Let's see. Put this up and this up. That way it's where it's supposed to be when I go to look for it. Put these up. Yeah, I like to keep my area cleaned up. Okay. Where did my prayer flags come from? A friend of mine gave those to me years ago. Yeah. And that's where I put them, is up there. I have a calendar quilt hanging up there and prayer flags. Yeah. So a good friend gave them to me. What are those pretty pinwheel flowers in the background? Oh, back here? these hanging up, those are um, those are the new sew along with the Fat Quarter Shop called Pressed Flowers. Now, it is available at the Fat Quarter Shop, so it's not like their normal patterns where they don't, you know, that's only in the Fat Quarter box or the Sew Sampler box. These you can actually purchase at the Fat Quarter Shop when they're released, and I happen to know that all three of these are released. So this one is block number 1, and it is called Delphinium. Okay. And block number 2 is called Hyacinth. And block number 3 is called Pansy. So block number 4 will be coming out next with the Sew Sampler box. And usually, I think by the end of the month, they release the pattern somewhere around there. So I'll show you. And I like to hang my blocks up on these hangers so they don't get wrinkly. So there's that one. There's that one. And there's that one. You can also, I don't know if you can still get the kit fabric for this or not, but I'm using Lala Boutique Moda fabric called, some of it is Christmas morning leftover that I had, and then this is from Christmas Eve. So I'm using Christmas fabric for it. And then I also decided to do it in another colorway in blues because my good friend Donna is doing hers in blues, and I thought it looked so pretty that I wanted to do one too. So this one I'm using Etta Sitar laundry basket quilts fabric, and I'm not sure what the line is called, but a good friend of mine, Teresa, sent me a bunch of this fabric, and that's what I'm using. So Teresa, if you're still in the chat, check it out. I'm using the fabric that you sent me. Thank you so much. So I'm doing 2 of those. So much fun. Because one wasn't enough. I had to do 2. Okay. Did that answer all your questions there, sweetheart? Love the pansy. You're welcome, Louise. Okay. Hi, Katie V. How's it going? Okay. She said, I asked last night on Donna's live, but nobody saw the question. For a scrap block, do you all use dryer sheets out of the box or out of the dryer? Katie, some of us use them after we've used them. Me. I would use them first, but then some of the girls or ladies I've seen out there are using them out of the box, and they go to the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, whatever, and they buy the laundry sheets, you know, in the box because they're cheaper there, and they use those. Yeah, I've just been saving my used dryer sheets. And I don't know how much they shrank up or not, but anyway, that's what I that's what I would use. Thank you, Pat. Yeah, Donna uses hers straight from the box. Polly, she uses them after she used them. Yeah, I haven't actually tried it. I've been saving my dryer sheets, so one of these days I'll give it a try. Yeah, autocorrect is fun. Too much smell in them for me either way. Yeah, I kind of was wondering about that too. But hi, Christine, how are you doing? From Australia. Cool and rainy, 17 Celsius. That's not too bad. I wish it was like that here. Spell check hates both your names. Yeah, I bet. You do spell it kind of special, huh? Okay. Um, what was the next project? Oh, calendar quilt. Any other questions about that foundation paper piecing before I move on? Oh, the other thing, Katie, besides um, using dryer sheets, you could use uh, I got some adding machine paper, and I actually got this like at the thrift store. I don't know, 50 cents or something like that. It is 3 inches. And what I've been doing with that is using my scrap fabric and sewing them onto paper, using that as a foundation. And you could also, you don't have to just do straight ones, you could do half square triangles. And I think I cut them about 10 inches. Some people just keep doing it and having them all on a roll, but I kind of like cutting them, have them about 10 inches. So, yeah, Tiffany uses phone book paper or magazine paper, newspaper. Hi, Karen. Oh, there you go. Mary G uses phone books too. Oh, they do? Well, that's a good use. Louise says the dryer sheets really get the odor odor um, out of the, let's see, the featherweight storage cases. Another way to use up your scraps. And towards the end of the year, then I'll start sewing all the things together, you know. Yeah. And you could buy smaller adding machine tape too. It doesn't have to be 3 inch, you know. I think they have 1.5, 1 inch. They have all different kinds of sizes. But don't use the kind that what is that called? That has that little film on it, you know, like laser paper. Don't buy that. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Well, that's a good idea, Tiffany. I can't use dryer sheets on some of my clothes. Yeah. I'll let you just think about that. Otherwise, I would break out, and that would be no fun. See my UFO tip earlier in conversation. Okay, Jane, I will. And hi, Jane, how you doing? Hi, Nikki. Let me look for it. Did you tag me? Hi, Maureen. Jane says, I'll do a new number monthly and have 12 projects done in a year. I think that's part of the... Okay. Hi, TeresaLouise. I have about 23 UFOs. I decided to put the fabric, templates, pattern, and binding in a gallon baggie or storage container. Then I'll number them 1 through 12 and blindly choose a number. I'll do a new number monthly and have 12 projects done in a year. Yep, great idea. Yeah, that's what Jean does. I was going to pick the project weekly, but I'm starting to think I might have to do it monthly too. Okay. Exactly, Pat. She said adding machine tape would be great for the piano key borders. That's what I was thinking. Exactly. Vicki said, I miss what you do. You use the dryer sheets like foundation. Got a little fluctuation there. Sorry about that, you guys. Hey, y'all. Better late than never. Hi, Mary. Okay. That's okay. No problem, Jane. You bet, Lori. I'll I'll see you later. Okay, let's see. The next thing is, I don't know if Constance is here or not, but I was going to do a little bit of the calendar quilt. See what time it is. 3 o'clock. Yeah, I can keep going for a little while longer. Oh, I think I need to stand up for a minute though. Okay, it's 78 in here. Okay, it's been over an hour, you guys. Let's stand up and move it. Move that booty. Move it, move it, move it. I think I'm going to need to use the little girl's room real quickly. So this is what I'm going to be working on next. I'm going to take a quick peanut break. Okay, there you go. If anybody comes in looking for me, just tell them I'll be right back. Hang tight. on my way back. Okay, that felt good to get up and move a little bit. Hi, Heather. How you doing today, girl? How's that baby, Oliver? Okay, so we're going to work on the next calendar quilt for just a little bit. Uh-oh, Ian. Be careful. Okay, we'll put you in timeout if you be a bad boy. Okay, so the calendar quilt by Kim Schaefer's. You can get this on Amazon. It's a little over $17, or it was the last time I looked. If you're interested in doing this along with me, we've been started it in February or maybe January, but the first quilt we made was the February one. So we did this one already. And so now we are on doing August. So we're doing this one here. Okay. Comes with the instruction booklet. So let me give you a little closer look. Let's all hold real still. Teresa will think we are frozen. That's funny. Oh, that's good, Heather. Yeah, it's in the description box too. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, the link is in the description box. All right, so I've already got my back done. No, I haven't got the back done. Well, that's all right. I'm close. I'm close to having the back done. But I did get a bunch of my pieces cut out, okay? And I'm going to press those onto the fabric because some of you are new at raw edge applique. That's what I'm doing. I'm not turning the edges over. They're just going to be on the raw edge. And yeah. So let me bring some things over here. Okay. I can see the laptop words a little bit better, that's for sure. Let me roll up and see if I was tagged anywhere. Hi June, how you doing? Hi Judy. Bye Judy. Ian is teasing you, Kay. Okay, Shirley, go have movie night. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Oh, I see what Ian said now. He said, okay, everybody, we can talk about her behind her back. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. Susan walked to church this morning and got in over 4,000 steps. That's awesome. Hi, Kim. How you doing? That's okay. Oh, you got your 8-year-old grandson with you? Awesome. That's right. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. Okay. So while I am doing this, I traced out my pieces, okay, onto fusible webbing. These are all my pieces for the beehive. And then I have my fabrics picked out. We did that last weekend. So I'll turn this up a little bit. And I already know everything there is to know about this iron. So you don't need to tell me that it's going to blow up on me, because it's not. I have the good one. It will be beautiful, yeah. I like that. Oh, Brenda, you have your 8-year-old granddaughter today too? Or this week? Awesome. Yeah, her little baby, her new baby is so cute. Okay, so I kind of look at the pattern a little bit, but also I kind of put the darker on the bottom because, you know, if you have a beehive outside, chances are the sun is shining down on it, so the color on the top is going to be lighter than the color on the bottom, right? So I'm going to use my darkest. I'm going to go from dark to light. Okay. And this looks pretty close to the, yeah, I think this one's the darkest. Okay. We'll do this one first. Oh, awesome, Brenda. She got there this morning and we're sewing already. Wow, how much fun is that? Okay, I'm going to use this fat quarter. And I need a pair of I'm going to just use my paper scissors for this, because my paper scissors are allowed to cut fabric, but my fabric scissors are not allowed to cut paper. Okay? Right? Okay, so you want to put, okay, I also need the diagram so I can see what number is first. It's probably number 1 because, no, number 1 is the door. So, number 2. There's 2 pieces of number 2. Okay, so let's find number 2. Make sure you number all your pieces, especially if you're not going to do it right away. Okay, that's the flower. Leaves, there's the door. Okay, there's number 2, there's number 3, there's number 4, 5, 2. See, I forgot to number that one, so now I don't even know what it is. And I didn't number that one either. Just got done telling you to number them, and look, I didn't even do that. Bad girl. But I'll figure it out. Okay, here's 3. I'll put 3 and 3 together. And then 8, 10, 11, 8, 12, 9, 8, 7. Those are probably 6 because I have 5 and 4. Okay, but we're going to deal with two. Here's twos. Oh, thermal. Thank you, Donna. I knew there was a word for it. Thermal paper is receipt tape. Yep. Yeah, you don't want to use thermal paper for foundation paper piecing. Lisa said it's the scissor law that decides whether one lives or died when I was growing up, between the grandma and the mother. Kim says, this young man is a sweetheart. He's so helpful, loves to cook and sew, and is currently building with Legos. That is sweet, Kim. Okay, so your fusible paper, mine is double-sided, and that's what you want to get for this project. It's double-sided fusible paper, and I prefer to use lightweight. And you put the sticky side on top of the wrong side of your fabric. Oh, excuse me. So I'll do that. And then you're just going to press those down. I usually like count to 3 or 5, 3 or 5 seconds. Doesn't take too long. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Donna. Okay, and then you're going to let that cool, but you can cut around it, far away from it. 1/4 of an inch or so, I do. Just kind of trim that out. And then I'll move this over here and let it cool down. I'm done with this one. Fold it up like that, and I won't be able to tell that I've used some of it. Okay, the next number is 3. Let's see what we got here. Number 3. And I think this one will be next. So, our trip to see Brandon's new heart doctor on Monday, or whatever day that was, Wednesday, no, it was Thursday. Okay, I'm going to take number 3. We had a good trip. Thank you, Polly. We had a pretty good trip going. We had to leave really early in the morning. And, but our appointment was in the afternoon. Luckily, it was one of those days that were pretty cool weather-wise, because we take our dogs with us wherever we go, so... And our little car has tinted windows, so that helps. And we always try to find shade to park in, so... which we happen to find shade to park in. We both really like the doctor. He's the one that's going to be doing Brandon's ablation, which is where they go in and burn the nerves in the top of your heart for AFib. So there's that one. And yeah, he answered all our questions, told us all about the procedure, and so Brandon's appointment for the ablation is August 4th. Polly, I think that your message was hidden by accident. Sorry about that. because all you said was bless you. And I think somebody has big fingers out there. Oh, you timed Polly out too? Oh no. Oh no, Lisa. Bad girl. Put Polly in timeout. What are you doing? What are you doing, Lisa? No. Tammy, hi. He won't have to stay. Well, what they'll do after the ablation, the procedure, he'll go into a area, you know, to rest, recuperate, and then the doctor will look in on him. They'll, you know, if he's doing okay, they'll go ahead and release him. But if they feel like he needs to stay, then the doctor will keep him. Okay, that was 3. Number 4. He's still pretty nervous about it, which I don't blame him, you know. 4. Okay, where's the other 4? Is it? No, that's not it. Is that it? No, that's number 5. You know, yeah, I don't blame him for being nervous about it at all. I would be too. You know, they're putting little probes in your heart, you know, that could be pretty scary. Well, I don't think you timed her out for too long. I hope. Don't leave us, Polly. It'll only be like 300 seconds, which is like 5 minutes. You're scared to death too? Yeah. But he says that they do like 7 or 8 of these procedures a week. Thank you, June. Well, that's close enough to 4. I think this one was supposed to be 4, but I didn't cut it out quite right. So I'm just going to 4 right. I'm going to put 4R. This one should have been 4 left. Lisa said she was moving too much stuff, including her phone. And she says, Polly, I'm really sorry. It was an accident, Polly. Okay, so we'll do this color next. Yeah, and they go up the arteries in your leg, both legs, with these probes, and till they get to the heart, and it's in the top of the heart is where the, atrial fibrillation is. So yeah, he's a bit nervous. Stop retracting your messages. Just when I start to read them, then they're gone. Yeah, 300 seconds. She should be back any minute. 300 seconds is like 5 minutes, something like that. I don't think he really wants to do it, but he doesn't want to live with the AFib, you know, that he's having to put up with either, because he just can't do it. He doesn't have any energy, you know, he's tired all the time. Not to mention that, you know, AFib causes strokes, so you got to worry about that too. Bye, June. Take care of yourself. Hey, Polly. Polly's back. No worries. I probably needed to be put in timeout sometimes. I'm glad you guys are so good about it. Because, we're all human. We make mistakes. Oh, no, Vicky. You're going in on the 8th? Oh, wow. For the 20th procedure on your brain? Oh, my goodness. Prayers, 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 prayers. I don't think, I might watch that, Tiffany, but I'm pretty sure Brandon's not going to want to watch it. But I will ask him. I will ask him. Okay. Next one is number 5. On the floor. Okay, I think this color, let's see, what colors do I have so far? This is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think this color will be fine for 5. Yeah, you're definitely in our prayers, Vicki. That's pretty tough, that there is. Jean says, 40 years ago I had a thyroid ablation. They gave me radioactive pill and a lead case. For many years I went around telling people my thyroid had been obliterated. So embarrassing. No, no. 1, 2, 3. That's funny, Polly. Takes you a while to learn your lesson. Well, that sounds good, Susan. Yeah, that's what the doctor said, Sheila. She said the ablation procedure is really common now. Scary for sure, but better than the way they used to do the heart surgeries. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I think he needs to take care of this sooner rather than later, you know. But I'm not the one having the procedure either, so there's that. I would be scared too. Anyway, by the time we got out of there, it was hotter than heck. Now, where we went was Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is way north of us, 200 plus miles. And 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened to number 6? Okay, 6 is going to be a long one. Didn't I cut out number 6? 8, that's 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I don't know where number 6 went. That's number 1. It's a flower. I must not have done number 6. That's weird. Ooh, that sounds good. Cherry popsicle. Oh, thank you, Nikki. I appreciate it. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to do a number 6 because I don't see it anywhere. All right, Ian, what did you do with number 6? While I was away, the Ian will play. I'm always losing something, guys. All right, number 6. Like I don't have a big enough piece for number 6, so I'm going to have to cut out another strip. Okay. Let me draw this one out really quick. Okay, got it. I was wondering if you were still here. So when I cut these out off of the paper, I go at least 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Whoops. Throwing things around. Okay, next color. Let's see what we got here. Use that one. Which one looks darker? Let me look at, I think this one looks darker. So that'll be next. This one has little bees on it, so that'll be really cute. See the little bees? Okay, bye, Ian. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Have a fun day. Stay cool. And don't forget, sometimes you need the normal setting on the dryer. Yeah, I traced the pattern from the book, from the pattern thing. So with the book here, there's your instruction booklet. You get the big sheet here that has your design on it, and then you trace the fusible webbing off of this design. Okay? So every month has one of those. Oh my goodness, Tiffany. Oh boy, that is hot. So that's where I got all my pieces, was off of that pattern. Or you could call it a template, I guess. It's not really templates because you don't cut them out. You just use it, you know, you trace the pattern on. Okay, there's that one. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Hot and dry down there in Arizona. Put that over there. I'm just going to cut this roughly until it finishes drying, or not drying. I need it to be cool, not hot. Because you don't peel those off. Don't peel your paper off until it's completely cooled down. Otherwise, it doesn't really stick well. The glue that is on that fusible. Oh, I can't wait, Nikki. That's awesome. Nikki said she bought the calendar quilt book for herself. I can't wait. She's excited to get started. It is pretty fun. Okay, let's see what our next color is. Next color. This one or that one. We also have this one. These are pretty close to being about the same. There's a little bit difference, but not much. I don't think I'll use this one next. Anyway, so after that, yeah, after our trip to the doctor, we got to come, you know, we came home. But I'll tell you what, we got out of there about 1:30, 1:30, quarter to 2, and it was warming up. And by the time we got down into Lewiston, oh my God, Lewiston was so hot. I thought I was going to melt. And we stopped along the river and let the dogs go swimming so they could cool down. And I put my feet in the water, and then I filled up a bottle of that dirt, you know, a bottle with that dirty river water. And we have those floorboard liners that kind of have a cup, you know, they're kind of cupped so that they hold the mud and dirt and water in and don't, you know, and they're about, the lip on those things are about 3 inches all the way around. Well, my feet were just burning up hot, and when my feet get hot, I get hot. So I took some of that river water and I poured it in that tub, and then for, you know, like a half hour, I had my feet in cool water. It really helped. It cooled me down until we could get up out of Lewiston and back up into the mountains. And I'll tell you, I could not believe, you know, as you're driving out of Lewiston back up into the mountains, it just, you can feel the temperature dropping. And what a relief that was. I told Brandon, I said, we are never moving to Lewiston. That is way too hot here. Yeah, the heat is spreading, that's for sure, Tiffany. even when it gets hot here, it doesn't, I don't know, it's not like Lewiston is. Lewiston is that heat that just knocks you out, you know. Yeah. Okay, there's that one. I'm really glad we didn't have any stops to make there. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So I'm going to have to reuse a fabric that I've already used because I don't have enough fabric for one per color. All right, it's almost, is that right? Is it almost a quarter to 4? Wow, I can't believe how time flies. Anyway, we made it home fine. We stopped in Grangeville and picked up dinner and came home. Oh, geez, Teresa. Heat warning, excessive heat warning in Utah today and tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be pretty warm here too. Let's see, what color do I want to repeat? I think I might is there enough of that? Yep. I'll repeat this one. Yeah, we have a metal roof too. That probably is what helps keep our house cooled down. Like I said earlier, we went and looked for huckleberries today, and it was pretty hot out. I'm actually glad I didn't find any because it was really too hot to pick huckleberries. If I'm going to go, I'm going to have to go really early in the morning. But we had the house closed up when we left. When we got back, it was 90 degrees out on the porch in the shade, but inside the house it was 65. And we didn't even have the air conditioner on. So, there's that one. And what I usually do, but I notice I haven't been doing it, is you want to iron both sides. So, I'm going to go back through and iron the fronts of all of those. Definitely want to iron both sides. Yeah, this is going to be a really cute calendar quilt. I can't wait to start putting the pieces on the background. Putting it all together, you know. Getting it quilted up. Making it all cute. Yeah, like WeatherTech. Yeah, Bobby. Yep. I don't know if it's that brand or not, but yeah, those are pretty good too. I really like them. Especially if you live in a snowy, muddy, wet climate like we do. What background I am using, because I'm lazy and I don't want to piece all my pieces together for the background. I'll show you. I am using these two. So this is going to be the center of the calendar quilt. So the beehive will be on this, and the flowers. And then I'm going to use this blue as a border. Like that, all the way around. And this blue has bees in it. Little blue bees. Isn't that cute? That's what I decided to do because, yeah, I don't have time to piece all that together. Thank you, Jewel. So I need to get that done too. Oh, yeah, I think it'll be really pretty with the yellow and the blue together. Yep, I think everything will show up on it just fine. Make sure, don't leave that down too long. Thanks, Mary. She said you're not lazy, you're creative. Well, at that moment, I was feeling lazy. But I like the way you put it better, Mary. Thank you. Okay, you guys. Yeah, we got 10 more minutes until 4 o'clock. So I don't want to keep you all day long. Tiffany's Quilting Live comes on at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So that'll give you an hour break. Let me put her in here. There you go. Thank you, Kim. So I think, yeah, and it's starting to warm up in here too, especially having that iron on. Yeah, it's 81 degrees in here now. Oof. Oh, thank you for the hearts and smiley faces. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm starting to wiggle around a little bit too because my back is starting to hurt. MJ said, Donna, I guess that counts as neighbors in Texas, big state. MJ is in North Jasper County. There's Tiffany's Quilting Life. If you guys happen to not know who that is, go on over and say hi. Tell her I sent ya. Let me look through here really quick and see if I've been tagged it anywhere or need to read anything. Yeah, I'm going to go eat a little bit and lay down for a little bit. Yeah, looks like we're all having hot weather here. I'm getting tired too. Did you see that yawn? Sorry about that. Well, I appreciate all of you joining me today, you guys. Can I tell Bailey? Is it Bailey? Yes. Happy birthday, Bailey. Happy birthday, happy birthday. His appointment went really well. You must have missed that. I just talked about it a few minutes ago. Yeah, it went well. He's scheduled to have the ablation August 4th. So, and we're definitely going to stay over for that. We did not stay there the night at all. We drove straight up there and back. It was 465 miles in one day, 12 hours. No, no more of that. Awesome, Brenda. Have a great day with your grandson or grand person. Okay, thank you, Lisa, and thank you to all of my moderators. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your help. We have Lisa, Kay, and Kim, and Tiffany, and Ian. Really appreciate you guys. And no, that's okay. I don't mind saying it again. Not a problem. Anytime. Hi, Zach. We're just getting ready to leave. Sorry, you'll have to watch the replay. So, okay, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much. Be blessed, be kind, and remember to smile at one another. Hey, you could even smile at a stranger and nod your head. Good day. Hi, say hello. It wouldn't hurt nothing, and you probably would make somebody's day. Yep, always a big smile. So, I love you guys. Take care, and if I don't see you before, I'll see you next Sunday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Bye, y'all. Take care. Love ya.